Destruction like this wasn't caused by a large forest fire or even some natural disaster. It was actually caused by what many thought was an environmentally friendly policy.
We took a really hard look at biodiesel and biofuels generally, and the main takeaway is that biofuels are not nearly as green as the industry would like you to believe, and in some cases they're even worse for the climate and worse for the environment than oil and gas.
Corporations are cutting down forests in places like Argentina and Indonesia to make room for soy and palm plantations, a new investigation by Mighty Earth found. In turn, these crops are repurposed into biofuels and imported into the US. So what's actually being advertised as a green and sustainable fuel isn't at all, according to the report. Gar says the main problem with biofuels is that they require so much room to grow.
There's a lot of carbon stored in forests and in rainforests, and when you bulldoze that forest or you burn that forest, a lot of carbon is released into the atmosphere.
The release of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere contributes to global warming, environmental experts say. So when the trees are destroyed, there's no longer any natural filter to offset the Earth's carbon footprint. From 2007 to 2015, the US production of biofuels has nearly doubled, according to the Alternative Fuels Data Center. Gar says that's partly due to a well-intentioned federal program called the Renewable Fuel Standard. The program aims to reduce greenhouse gases, expand the country's renewable footprint, and rely less on imported oil.
Our understanding of biofuels, like scientifically, has changed a lot in the last decade. And 10 years ago, there was a lot of hope and optimism that this law would be beneficial environmentally.
But one of the world's largest biotechnology trade associations doesn't buy it. Spokesperson Paul Winter says the report makes an unsupportable assumption that increased demand for agriculture and biofuels in the US causes rainforest destruction elsewhere. But Gar is still optimistic, even though the biofuel issue may seem like a lose-lose situation.
We want Congress to reform the RFS to make sure that we're using more of the good biofuels and less of the food-based ones that are having these enormous environmental consequences.